So what is up, everyone? I am doing another review with the Apr Stage 2 single pulley upgrade. I also have the intercooler, a custom transmission tune, and the engine air intake. We're about to go for some drives so I can show you the pickup. I'll do also a dig. My engine is pretty hot, so it's going to be a slower dig, but we'll go ahead and jump into that. And if you have any questions, I'm kind of running through this video because I realized how much I talk. Last video was like 7 minutes, and I'm trying to keep this one around there, shorter if possible. But I will do a lot better job of answering any questions that I can on the 2016 Audi A6 supercharged 3-liter. Now mine is the model C7, and it's also the C7.5 in some applications. I'll get to that here in a second, but first let's go ahead and do some driving. All right, everyone, so we are going to do some digs. Well, I'll just do one dig because my car is kind of hot and time's just gonna vary with that. But to go over it again, I do have Apr Stage 2 with a single pulley. I have the Apr Intercooler. I do have a custom transmission tune, and I have been asked not to disclose which company gives me that one. And I do have my engine air intake system. Now, keep in mind, I do have 158,000 miles, and heat absorption in the A6 right now, my 16, it's real. So this time is not going to be my best. I'm guessing it's going to be probably high 12s, low 13s. And plus I have my tires, which are like I want to say like a 4 right now on the scale, but it's not going to be a bad time. And this one is going to be a dig. The gains whenever you are driving, like let's say if somebody wants to do a roll 20, 30, 40, the torque is insane at that speed. I don't know why they want to go from there. They're not going to outdo the Quattro. It's amazing with this tune. It's pretty unbelievable. All right, let me get up here a little bit. Had to drive out here to Mexico to get it done, just so I can show y'all a little bit on what it's like. And I do have my Track Addicts app open. I am not sponsored by them. I would love to be, but it does let you get 3 free tracking of any kind of race that's on there, and it saves it. It even has a certain amount of tracks on there. I've been to the Autobahn out in Chicago, and it had it on there, and I timed myself. I did not do too well. My car ended up overheating, and I messed up some spark plugs and a few ignition coil packs, but I'll go over that when I pop the hood here in a bit. Just make sure I'm out here in the open. All right, it is gonna take a minute. But the biggest gains that I saw were the day after I got the tunes. Now, I did get Apr Stage 2 and the single pulley with my transmission tune. I don't know what Stage 2 is like without the tune or the single pulley, so I can't comment on that. Everything that I read and all the research and stuff said you're not really gonna feel it unless you get the transmission tune. And so I jumped with that. But it is recommended to get the intercooler upgrade with this, and I highly suggest that as well. I drove it a little bit without it, and it didn't make a difference, but when I did have it, the temperatures are a huge factor, especially if you're trying to get speed, because I mean, after your first run, you're gonna lose a lot of time. Best I've ever done was 11.8 with my setup right now in a quarter. And like I said, I'm probably gonna be 13th right now because I've been running errands and stuff all day. All right, I'm gonna launch it. My car is kind of dirty, so you heard those things just fly back. So before this, I had an 800 horsepower McLaren 570S. And let me tell you, this thing launches hella harder than that. My 0 to 60 is slower, but the way this thing takes off will put you in your chair a lot harder than my 570 would have put you, no matter what the tires were. That all-wheel drive is insane. So this is what I just did in the quarter. I'll scoot it back. I don't know how close that camera is. So it's low 13s. It's still not a good time. But again, my engine's hot. I've been driving it all day, and that makes a huge difference, believe it or not, especially the tires as well. But I just wanted you to get an idea as far as the pickup and stuff. So I do, on a full tank, believe it or not, still get like 615 miles to the gallon. That is insane for the power that I have right now. You can go out and Barris V8s, some of them, not all of them, depending on how you drive and what you're exactly racing in. But to have that kind of balance between your gas mileage and power, it's phenomenal. I absolutely love this tune. I love everything about it. The intercooler upgrade is a must, and I'll show you that I have the box back on my air intake. The difference in that was I ran a 13.2 just now, and I probably would have been closer to 16 if I did not have the box on, just because that heat absorption is insane at, I guess, this high mileage. I don't know, I've never really timed it until I started getting the tunes done, but I hope this showed you a little bit about the pickup. And again, the gas mileage is good, and comparing it to my 570, this launch is a lot harder. I cannot wait to do more to it. But all right, let me pull off to the side real quick, and I'll go ahead and get under the hood, and I'll show y'all what my setup looks like. It is dirty, so do not judge me. It snowed yesterday, believe it or not. All right, so this is under the hood of my 2016 Audi A6. Now, as I was talking about, I did put the box back on. I did try to modify it, like open it up and stuff, so that's why this is all on there. But again, this will add like 3 seconds without this to your quarter-mile time, because that heat absorption is no joke with this freaking thing. Now, first things first is this is the Apr Intercooler. I did install it myself. It's bolted onto my frame, and it was fairly easy. But as I said earlier, mine's a C7, C7.5, because I had to go between both of those directions whenever I was installing this. I also had to look at one of the B series installations, but if you just look at it, follow the hoses, you'll be able to figure it out. It's pretty easy. So this is the first thing I would recommend. And then of course stage 2 APR with single pulley, and then the transmission tune, which is custom. Now again, I've never had the tunes alone. I did get them together, so I can't comment on that. But I would upgrade your ignition coils and your spark plugs, because first day at track, after I had this whole setup done, I ruined a few of these and I had to get those replaced. I ended up going off track going 70, so that's no fun, and that should not happen to you. So this is it. I did take the cover off again because heat absorption, my engine is just running extremely hot. I just got an oil change, so it's not like it's burning oil. It starts burning oil around 4,000 miles. They say change it around every 10, but I try to keep it around every 5. So it's pretty healthy engine wear and oil absorption. But yeah, I do plan on doing a lot more to it, but this is the simple setup. So if you have any questions about what I filmed today, the times, or if I just went over it super quick and didn't answer anything, do put them in the comments. I will be putting more videos up more often, and hopefully I can address those questions a lot faster. Thank y'all, and y'all stay safe.